Greetings. Thank you for watching another episode of Scandal in Your Life. Today I'm gonna switch up what I talk about normally. LRD, I got you. Talk about the group home stuff another time. But I was talking to a good brother named Sanjata. He's the host of Garvey's Ghost TV. You gotta check him out. Garvey's Ghost TV. You can find him on Rumble. You can find him on BitChute. You can find him on Odyssey. You can't find him on YouTube right now because he was speaking a lot of true stuff about the and then more stuff about the second, and then the follow up, and him stating facts and doing research and talking about the science. Got some of his videos censored, but you go on Rumble, you can find some of his stuff. He's a good brother. Anyway, he was talking to me about these school shootings, things that's going on nowadays, and why it seems like it's so much more as opposed to back in the days, especially when guns have pretty much been a thing in these schools since I was young. I went to high school in the late '80s, early '90s. Even in junior high school, I went to a junior high school. I was living in Brooklyn. I went to a junior high school in Chinatown called IS 131. It's on Hester Street, if you know. It's a round school. Dr. Sun Yat Sen. Chinese kids were bringing guns to school. That's the IS junior high school, intermediate school. I went to my 11 junior high school in Brooklyn. They were bringing guns to school then. And I went to Transit Tech in East New York, and they were definitely bringing guns to school then. And it wasn't these mass shootings. A lot of these things, in my opinion, what the problem is you have social media, which is one thing, and clout. Like it's all social media for me. What I believe now. A lot of people want to have their life mean something. They want to be known for something, be it positive or negative. They want to be known. They want to feel like I did this. They want to feel like they're going to be in history books or something. You're going to be like Timothy McVeigh. People are going to know who you are for negative or positive. Back when I was young, if I got teased in school about something, the class knew. Maybe another class knew. If it was in the lunchroom knew. But that was about it. Nowadays, if one person hears about it, it goes online, and it's chaos. Now you got tens and thousands of people, most of which you don't want, 99% who you don't even know, but they hear this and they're laughing at you and leaving comments. And these kids are weaker nowadays. Like back in the days, if you got bullied, you fought, win, lose, or draw. If you fight a bully, 8 out of 10, if you put up a decent fight, they leave you alone. Nowadays, nobody's fighting. Everything is online, and their feelings are really hurt, and they end up either hurting themselves, because I do know young people that have killed themselves for, what we assume was being teased. We never really found out, but that's what it seemed like. Young girl, 13-year-olds, rest in peace. And these other kids are going around shooting people. They can't take the heat. They flip out. They want to take everyone with them. And now they're doing it where they're doing it live. They want to post what they're going to do. They want to leave a little manifesto what they're going to do, which has happened before. Think of Columbine. They did their things, but nowadays it's more prevalent. And now you got these kids that they don't want to just have guns. They want to shoot guns. When I knew kids that were bringing guns to school, for the most part, they were quiet about it. They knew, and their inner circle knew. Now they want the world to know. This is what's going on. This is what I'm going to do. And then you get yourself locked up. These kids, they're not built for a lot of things nowadays. They don't want to fight. I saw a young kid. I was younger. I was about maybe like 19, 20. So this young boy, about 14, 15, run up on somebody with a nickel-plated 45, robbed the guy. And after he got the guy, if he robbed him, he shot him in the leg. Like, what do you do that for? Oh, he had to know. I mean, he had to know. He gave it up smooth. Like, what are you talking about? But this is the mindset of these kids. And nowadays, so it's either the fear of being teased and they can't take it anymore, and the stress, or it's clout. And it's like, yo, we got to do better, because nowadays it's these kids have no sense and no regard for human life. They're robbing people on the train. Well, the train stuff that people are talking about now, that stuff has always been going on. I grew up in the hood. I know about train robberies where you couldn't ride the last car unless you were somebody. So throwing people on the tracks might be a little bit new to me. When people were always getting robbed, people were getting shot, people were getting stabbed on the trains. That's not a new thing. But now it's just out more. And first of all, we're seeing it more because there's cameras everywhere. So what I don't understand is how, in this day and age, you can wear a mask. You can walk into a bank with a mask and do your transaction, and it's okay. But these guys are still running around out here robbing people with their masks down, no mask. It's like, you're an idiot. Like, this is what you get. You deserve to get caught. The school stuff, though, like I said, is in my opinion, a lot of it is clout. People want to be online, and they'll do anything for views, anything, and they mean that. And it's a sad state of affairs because, I have kids, grandkids, and it's like, it's a crazy world out here. You got to worry about them going to school. What's going to happen in the school, even with metal detectors. Metal detectors are not going to stop anybody that wants to go into school. If anything, the metal detectors make it worse because, mind you, okay, I'm off topic. They're talking about putting metal detectors in the train stations in New York. This is just a thing that they're talking about. All that's going to do is have people waiting outside the train station. If they see somebody that looks like a victim, they're going to run up on them because they know you don't have anything because you came through a metal detector to get on the train. So I could raid outside and I can run up on you with anything because I know you can't defend yourself. You don't have mace, you don't have a knife, you don't have anything because you had to go through the metal detector. It's not a smart idea. So New York, don't do that. And the schools are the same thing nowadays. It's like, if I got beef with you, I got a problem with you, and you're in school, I make a call. Somebody's going to wait outside on you and get the drop on you because you clearly don't have a weapon because of these metal detectors. I'm not saying to get rid of the metal detectors because these kids are horrible. But Sanjata and I, we were talking about this, and it's like, it doesn't really make sense. Like, it's hard to fathom what's going on in the mind of these kids because guns have always been a thing in these schools, as far as I know. And I'm telling you, back from the mid-'80s to the early '90s, in junior high school and high school, guns have been a thing. So it's not a new thing. It's just these kids are doing a lot more. Back in the days, you would go shoot up somebody you had a problem with. Now they want to kill everybody, and they want to be known. And like I say, the media hypes it up. One thing I did notice, off topic again, as far as media, I was on a train one time. Somebody jumped in front of a train. This is a southbound 6 train. And so we all had to leave the station. I'm outside. I see a cameraman and I see a news reporter. And the cameraman's like, hey, you were just downstairs. Let me ask you a question. Did the person jump? Were they pushed? Like, what happened? I'm like, really, bro, what does it really matter? This person's dead. So, what does it matter how they die? He's like, no. We don't report the jumpers because that encourages other people to do it. It's like, that's very interesting to just think about that. Everyone wants their 15 minutes of fame. If you're going to jump in front of a train, you're going to disrupt New York for a little bit. And some people, they just want that kind of, you can't even say club, but they want their name in the paper. Some people don't think that's a selfish way to go, first of all. You jump in front of a train, you're bringing that person that's driving the train into it. They can be traumatized for life. People that are on the train, people that see it, this is a selfish way to go. Don't do it. But anyway, the reporter was like, we don't want to report the jumpers because that encourages other people. So now you have all these mass shootings, and these people are getting notoriety. The best thing would be to do is don't big them up. Don't put their business out there. Now you want to go through their whole back history. Do what you got to do, especially when they're dead. They did what they had to do. Rest in trash because you killed innocent people. This is what's going on now. That's the new trend, and I'm worried about this summer because, like I said, I live in New York, and it's getting worse out here. The shootings are getting worse. The mass shootings. I'm not really worried about mass shootings in the city of New York, but they're all over the place, and you never know what's going to happen. You know what? I'll take that back because we had this idiot that shot people on the train. Didn't kill anybody. You irritated a whole morning, and you shot some people. You injured some people. You didn't kill anybody. So first of all, that made no sense. That was a stupid thing to do, and you're going to be in jail till you die. You're already old. It makes no sense. What did you prove? You proved nothing at all, and you turned yourself in. Because you're a coward, you're a widow. Got this other guy throwing this woman onto a train this week, throwing her onto the platform, I should say, throwing her onto the tracks. Picked up, threw onto the tracks. He said he was drunk. These people, there's a lot of mental illness out there. I get that. I understand that. But people are just getting over. There's no consequence for what you do nowadays. You can do pretty much anything. You can shoot somebody. And this is a fact now, especially in New York. You can get caught with a gun, get released, and go out there and shoot somebody again. They're not keeping you in jail. When I was younger, you get caught with a gun, you were worried. They might keep you at least for a year just for having a gun. Nowadays, you would be out in a week. These people are attacking people. These guys are shooting people. These guys are robbing people, and there's no consequence. These kids see that, and these kids are running wild. First of all, you can't discipline your kid anymore. So back in the days, you could pop your kid upside the head. You could do what you had to do. You're a parent. You could spank your kid. Not beat your kid. You can spank your kid. You can discipline your kid. They talk about all religion stuff. The Bible says, spare the rod, spoil your child, right? But you can't touch your kid nowadays because some people end up taking it too far. So now it's corporal punishment. To spank your kid, they have your kid standing in a corner. It's corporal punishment. It's so you can't do anything with these kids. These kids are running wild. There's no discipline. You can't raise your voice too much to the kid. You can't tell your kid what to do because they can sit there and go and complain. Oh, my parents said this and they said that, and my feelings are hurt. Now you got ACS or whatever it is right now looking into your situation. It's a crazy world. I don't see a solution. If anybody knows, if anyone can think of a solution, hit me up. Write something in the comments, and we can discuss that. We can go back and forth with that because I don't see any solution to make this get any better. Because right now, summertime's coming. Talk about summertime shootouts. This is New York. It's getting worse. These kids in school shooting and killing people. They get the summer off. Now they get to run wild. They're gonna run wild for the summer, go back to school, and still do it. So now all the beef they had in the summertime, they're bringing it into the new school year. This is just a New York thing. I can't speak for other areas where they just want to kill everybody. I know New York. New Yorkers, they want to kill the person they have a beef with. Can't shoot though, so they end up shooting a whole bunch of other people. But this is what is gonna happen. Every week I turn around and somebody's shooting somebody. Innocent kids are getting killed, getting shot, getting maimed. It's a sad state of affairs. But anybody with any kind of input, what do you think we should do? What do you think should be done? What do you think the state can do? Because I don't think the state can do anything. You know, you're talking about gun control laws and ghost guns. People have been scraping serial numbers off of guns since before I knew about guns. So these ghost guns, because they can't be traced now, that's a whole chaotic thing. It's not. No. It's not going to stop anything. You can get rid of ghost guns. People are making guns. People are always going to get guns. In New York, since you make it harder to get guns, people are always going to get guns. Think about that. You have a lot of states where guns are readily available. I'm not talking about, big guns. I'm talking about handguns, where handguns are available. People aren't running wild shooting people like that because they know it's a good chance if you run up in a certain place with a handgun that someone else has a handgun too, and a lot of people don't want that kind of headache. So, New York gun laws are ridiculous to me. When all these so many other states you can have a firearm, they don't want you to have mace. They don't want you to have pepper spray. They don't want you to have anything to defend yourself. But New York is chaos. It's chaotic out here. So, anyway, these are just thoughts going through my head. Talking to the good brother Sanjata over at Garvey's Ghost TV. Check him out. And anyone with any kind of input on anything concerning this, tell me what you think. Give me some advice. Talk to me. I'll read a comment. I'll respond to it. I'll talk about it on a different episode. But just Scandal's thoughts. Have a great day. Be blessed.